All right, welcome back guys for another video lesson. Today we're going to continue on solving quadratics by factoring. I thought it'd be helpful to just do a couple more examples of this today rather than move on to a new topic, which we will soon. Not necessarily a new topic, but more ways that we can solve by factoring. For now, we're going to stick with just the trinomials, and we're going to stick with trinomials that have a coefficient of 1. We will be able to do this using slip and slide and some other things, but we'll save that for a later day. So in this particular example, we are solving for x. So we have x squared minus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. The way we're going to solve this is by factoring, which we did all last unit. So this is clearly a trinomial, and it has a coefficient of 1. So this is where I do that x method. I do that off to the side here. I put a negative 15 on the top. I put a negative 2 on the bottom. I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 15 and at the same time add to negative 2. In this case, I'm going to get negative 5 and positive 3. So I'm going to have x minus 5 and x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now, I'm going to set each of these parentheses to 0. Each of these terms has to equal 0. So on the one hand, I have x minus 5 is equal to 0. On the other hand, I have x plus 3 is equal to 0. So to solve, I'm just going to add 5 to both sides. This will end up being x equals 5. And this one will end up being x equals negative 3. Hopefully that makes sense. Most of the time, you guys are going to see that you're going to have two answers. That's because most of the time, there's going to be two roots to your equation, two spots where it crosses the x-axis. Little extra credit for anybody that's listening. If you can come up with an equation, a quadratic function, that will only have one root or one solution. So give that a shot and shoot me those answers. We'll see if anybody can come up with that. All right, one more example here before I get you out of here. This one is x squared plus 5x minus 4 equals negative 10. This one they switched up a little bit, and instead of setting it equal to 0, they set it equal to negative 10. If you see that, what you want to do in order to solve these is make sure that it's set equal to 0. So if it's not equal to 0, we're going to make it equal to 0. So we're going to move this negative 10 to the other side. So we're just going to add 10 to both sides. So that'll make this x squared plus 5x. Negative 4 plus 10 is positive 6. And now negative 10 plus 10 is 0. Now I've set it to 0. Now once you've done that, it's the same thing as our last one. This is a trinomial. We're going to put our 6 here and our 5 here. We're looking for two numbers that multiply to give me 6 and add together to give me 5. In this case, 3 and 2. So I'm going to write in the parentheses here, x plus 3 times x plus 2 is equal to 0. And now I'm just going to solve this. Once you've done a few of these, you don't have to write this whole thing out. X plus 3 equals 0 and x plus 2 equals 0. You can kind of skip right down to the answer, which is x equals negative 3 and x equals negative 2. Okay, it'll always be the opposite of what's in there because you got to move it over to the other side. But for those of you that are a little new at this, want to keep going, we can definitely solve it so you show your work. All right. Hopefully this video was pretty clear to you. And let me know if you have any questions. Talk to you later.